Hello, and welcome to the world of Entity Point. Before we begin, I have a question for you. Have you heard the song? I'm the narrator of the story, detailing to you, the watchers, ever present, and to the players, the world around them, and the consequences of their actions. I hope you enjoy the story we have to tell. With that out of the way, it's time to take a delve into our current state of mind. Beginning. I have screwed things up. Give me a moment. I'm fixing it. No, everyone, Kimberly and Ariel, we're in the wrong spot.
Oh, that's also
We're
a
beginning
problem.
with Kimberly McKenzie.
Hi. I am concerned, both for my friend and of her.
Is that all?
Also stressed about going against Hawthorne's orders and doing whatever the heck Concrete Heads is doing currently. That's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is going to plan. There was no plan, so things are going to plan.
Understandable. Nam Sinam.
Yes.
What's your current state of mind?
It's a complicated question. I suppose it's not far to also say concerned, but oddly not as much as I would think. Because I mean, one way or another, we were going to be going. It was just whether or not we bring our friend in the box. Uh, he is concerned that there's a misunderstanding with his actions because he was not intending on kidnapping. But otherwise, it's still primarily very much so concern over a few things, and he still needs to talk to. From my notes, he has to talk to Vortex about Daniel Lane. I It's been a very long time, and I do not remember who that is. I think
Well,
they're
I don't
dead.
think Nam knows who that is. Um, though I'm sure he was mentioned by Constance. Anyway. And finally, Ariel Holmes.
She's angry, mostly just angry for some reason. And she also has like a weird empty feeling, like a disconnect that she does not like and is also making her angry. That's it. That's all that's going on with her.
The picture for today will be delayed until later. We are beginning. Later that the day of Wednesday, November 11th, 2020. You're well on the road towards Entity Point and towards wherever concrete is taking you. It's been a few hours by this point, and Kimberly and Nam, you're not quite sure if Ariel has cooled down, but she's not screaming anymore.
That almost scares me more.
What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, one way or another, we're in the air now, right? She can't get up. Well, I mean, she can't like leave
She can force the doors open and jump out of the bus.
and die.
That was her plan anyway. Roundabout.
Were we flying or were we driving? I can't.
We got
Drive.
picked up by
Driving.
the helicopter, right? We're driving. Could have
Yes.
sworn we were in the air.
No, Concrete has the
That's why I was
keys.
very
I
confused.
tossed Concrete the keys to the bus.
Oh, I'm drastically forgetting a lot then.
Yeah, I told him not to crash my bus, and he's like, "I put a lot of work into this. I wouldn't crash it on purpose," or something to that extent. I do have Ariel's go bag and my own, I believe.
Yeah, pretty sure we grabbed it. I don't know how
I'll
to
have to let
open
her
the
out at
doors,
some
so.
Are we on like what does looking out the windshield because the windows are like
Barricaded.
Mhm.
protected. What does our general surrounding look like currently? Like, are we in a city? Are we in more like a rural setting? Are we like driving through suburbia?
A lot of fields.
Okay. Cool. Um, is there an area that looks like it would be like a good turnoff coming up where the bus won't get stuck?
Yeah, I think so. I'll say so.
All right. Ripping off the band-aid, ripping off the band-aid. She's gonna tap Concrete on the shoulder
Yep.
and kind of like point to the clearing or the pull-off spot up ahead.
Until
We should probably let them out of here. So
yeah, and best to do that when we're not moving.
and where she has to walk with it before she gets in trouble one way or the other.
All right, and he'll pull into it. And the bus comes to a stop.
I'm going to check the camera and see what the two of them are doing in the box.
And what are they doing in the box?
Well, I don't know what Oscar's doing. I can't speak for Oscar, but Ariel is, because it's been like a few hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she is sitting on the floor, back against one of the walls of the cage box thing, and just kind of like got her knees pulled up, arms around her knees, but kind of like tapping at her knees and like seems calm-ish, but also gives off like a uneasy vibe as well.
Mm-hmm.
She looks less angry, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust that.
So that's what Oscar doing, I guess.
Oscar is incessantly tapping the wall.
Doesn't make any
Doing
noise on
it for
outside.
a
I
couple
don't
hours
think.
and it gone insane.
Oh no, he's tapping some tune, but Ariel does not know what it is.
What was he doing? Sorry.
He's tapping a tune on the wall, but it Ariel does not recognize it. She does not know music.
She probably doesn't. No, she knows very little songs.
But yes, that's what they're doing.
Do I know Ariel's and Oscar's favorite snacks?
That's a good question.
Does she?
Like things that we would have been able to get on base.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
Is she a cosmic brownie kind of girl?
Oscars.
I don't care. I don't care about Oscar.
Oh, okay then. How am I gonna effectively
I
kill
want to make
him
sure my
off?
friend doesn't hate me.
She definitely has a sweet tooth because I don't think they were probably allowed that many sweets at the facility. So like once she discovered like sweet food, I was like, wow, this is amazing. But like her favorite, like she likes the oatmeal cookie pies. Because it's like, yeah, she likes the sweet, but like sometimes it can be too sweet. So oatmeal's got a bit of that. The oatmeal cookies kind of balance it out a bit. Don't give me that face. I like them too. And here's something better. I like oatmeal raisin cookies.
I don't like chocolate, so like 90% of cookies I don't like.
Given
Chocolate
that
in
I
Sounds like Carisha's bad
Given-
taste.
given that this bus is designed with the team in mind, and I have a stockpile of items
Yes.
according to my armory that does not specify what type of item. Do I have both or either of those items?
Some moon pies.
Roll your armory.
Okay, so plus spirit.
It's sponsored by Moon Pie.
7 plus 2. On a 7 to 9, you have it, but only the minimum.
You have one of both.
Which of those two do I have?
You have one of both.
Okay.
But just
okay.
one.
That's fine.
I thought you were going to say I
We'll
just
put it
got
on a
the-
tray, display it like a little apology gift.
Okay.
Well, I just feel like it's a
Gotta-
little late for that, but
Maybe a candle.
Gonna do like that little like arm shake hype up thing that people do.
hold out a crucifix, you know, all the things.
Treat in either hand. Given that I would prefer neither of them start swinging inside of the bus, we should maybe use the back door out the emergency exit. So let her get a swing in, but please don't let her kill me. Concrete, please.
I'm not gonna let her kill you. But if you're gonna let her hit you, then that's what you want.
She deserves a swing after this. Oscar too, if he wants to take a swing at me. So we're gonna go out of the bus. Go around the back door. Before we go outside though, is Nam staying in the bus?
Yeah, I'm gonna be staying in the bus.
Okay. Kimberly would show him which button to press once they get outside to unlock the back door.
Okay.
So we're gonna open the emergency exit, and then we're going to go ahead, unlock the door.
And
Of
the
the
door
cage.
opens, Ariel. And very
the door
over exaggerated, Oscar goes, "Is that the sun?"
Kimberly is just like
I
takes
forgot
several
what
steps back,
light
but
looked
just holds up
like.
the trees.
As soon as the doors open, does that mean the connection is back?
Yes. You immediately feel your connection to chaos return.
What's that feel like?
In a weird way, it feels like a string just attached. Just got reattached in a weird way.
So it takes her a minute after that feeling and just, exposure to the sun, being able to be blinded and fresh air. And she's going to stand up, march out, see Nam, and take a swing at Nam.
Oh,
He's in the bus.
He's in the bus.
I don't care.
He's gonna go out the back door, all the way back around the side door, and into the bus.
That's fine.
And just so you know, that was her plan the entire time, was to hit Nam.
Hit me!
What did I do?
I guess I didn't quote unquote initiate it.
Well, my thinking is Nam can take a hit better than Kimberly. In her mind, that's what she's thinking.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's fair. Definitely
Do I need to
Probably
roll
not
anything, or am I
wrong.
just smacking him? Do I get a free hit?
I mean, I'm not gonna
Depends.
be prepared to dodge or anything.
Are you prepared to dodge?
I don't know.
Well, I can't decide that.
Would
for
you be expecting? Would you be expecting Ariel to take a swing at you?
No.
So probably not.
No. Dude.
So yeah,
You get touched.
you take one harm
That's fine.
as Ariel goes all the way around the bus.
No, he's in the bus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'm
the
in the
door
bus.
opening is
Going out the back door.
outside to the outside of the bus.
Wait,
I didn't
what?
think it was.
No, that's the
No.
inside of the bus.
Emergency exit. There's
Which
two
is-
doors in the cage.
Uh,
To the main, and then the emergency exit.
Ariel punched
I-
Nam.
I walk out. I go around the bus, back in the bus, punch Nam, and then hear LB from the other room, right in the face.
Well, yeah.
And
probably.
then and he takes 1 point of damage, and then I walk back out of the bus and go over to Kimberly.
Yell at her in silence.
mute herself and then yell at her.
Yeah.
That's what the buff's for. We can just mute her.
Yeah. And then go up to Kimberly. Kimberly's got her hands up. Like, don't hurt me.
No, she has peace
As the
offerings in
oatmeal.
either hand.
She
She's
has
not
peace
making eye
offerings.
contact.
And Ariel goes, "What the actual fuck was that?"
Saving your life.
Deterrent.
A deterrent to what? To me having fresh air? To me seeing the sun?
To you dying. You were gonna do something to get yourself killed.
Oh, so a slow death of starvation and suffocation would have been much better.
Yeah, you're acting like we wouldn't have let you out. We let you out right now.
And she's going to look around
would
in the
take a
middle of a
little bit of a
fucking
walk.
field.
Exactly. As soon as it would take a little bit of a walk for you to do something stupid.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that you saved me from and brought me to this empty fucking field.
Concrete is going to lean over to Kimberly. Do I really need to be here for this? Can I go back in the bus?
What is he doing? And what the fuck is he doing here?
He drove.
I'm not a part of this. I didn't do
I mean,
this
you
to
kind-
you.
One way or another, you're going to go. Because I don't remember what happened many months ago when we last played. I remember you're going to try to find somebody at the main center, right?
Uncle, who, who gave me up to the center where I was raised for my
Yes.
entire life. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
No, I know that. And where we're going isn't that, but we're still gonna go to the
Yeah,
other
John-
place.
There's a second facility that we're
Yes.
going to, I
So
think.
Yeah,
you were
okay.
going to somewhere near Entity Point, which is where her uncle is, but she wasn't supposed to be in the bus.
No.
And then when you guys told Concrete, he was just like, "Okay, let's go."
Well, because if I recall, her plan was to just take her dad
Yes.
and just go to the front gate.
Yes, pretty
What
much.
are they gonna do? Say no?
Okay, I'm sorry that we put you in there. Had no intention of initially doing that. Second, yes, I did A and then second. Punch really hurt a little. Anyways,
Yeah, why are you punching him?
Because he could take a
Like
hit
us.
better than you can.
I can. But anyways, nobody is saying that we're not going to get your uncle. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that we're not going to go to Entity Point.
No, we're just gonna go there after all the fighting is done and after they've already captured him because they want us out of the fucking way.
Can I hold out the oatmeal cream pie?
She does not take it.
Oh.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna piss you off.
Do you want to get hit too? Because
No,
I
why?
am more than ready to do that.
I was fully prepared to let you take a swing at me.
Oscar, who has not left the bus yet, I'm just gonna stay over here.
Kimberly's
Go
gonna
ahead,
hold
I'll
up
join you.
she's gonna hold up the brownie and like toss it towards him.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
Jesus.
Ooh, chocolate.
Sorry for locking you both in the cage. You didn't give us much of an option. Listen. I think a good chunk of what Hawthorne says is some degree of bullshit. But he had a point when he talked to us. I don't remember if this is before or after you decided to storm off and act like a fool. You've been in the facility your entire life. I haven't. I had friends before I came to that facility. And I have no clue what happened to them after I was put in that place. But I lost them. And I know what it feels like to lose friends. And I didn't want to lose you because, unfortunately, in this exact moment, I do consider you a friend. We're on the same team. And just, I didn't want to lose another friend to some stupid impulse decision. And just Hawthorne talking about how people, just talking about how people are going to die. And he's probably right about that. But it's just I don't know. I did what I thought was helping you in the moment.
You're right. I haven't been outside of the facility. Didn't really have a life. I guess I did, but not one that I remember before. But I saw people come and go. I had friends at one point that would disappear, and I would never know what happened to them. And my uncle is the reason that I was there. And now he's in charge of something else that is probably hurting other people. And I know Cloud and whoever else probably has some grand ideas of, oh, well, maybe we can capture him or get information out of him, but I don't think he deserves that second chance, to be frank. Because I could have had a second chance after my parents died. I could have had a great normal life, right? He didn't give me that. And I don't think he should deserve any sort of fucking amnesty or whatever the fuck they're thinking. And I don't know, because they're not going to tell me shit. And you know that. They probably won't tell you either, because we're, I don't know, too close to the problem, I guess. Or we're loose cannons. We're not part of the team. Not
So
officially.
you'd rather get yourself killed than have him stop, period. When we can get to
I
another way
want
to plan.
him.
I don't care if we kill the guy.
I want him
If you
to
want him
see
dead,
me.
we can work towards that.
I don't care
But
if I die when I face him. Here's the thing. I don't care.
so you care more about revenge than stopping him from hurting other people.
I want him to see what his actions have caused. I
And
want
he
him
doesn't
to
care?
see. He'll have to see what I do with that information when he's right there. I want him to see me, know that he is the reason that I'm here. And that, you know, maybe I've honed my powers a little bit more because of the facility, because I was freed and gone to Cloud. But I wouldn't necessarily, that's a good thing. I just don't want him to either get off free, hurt more people, or not have to face me.
Well, two of the things are likely if you just run in there without any kind of plan, which is what you were doing. And
Come up with a plan on the way.
okay, so we have a whole bus of resources now to come up with a plan for how to deal with him.
The other thing is, and I don't necessarily disagree with you on, he needs to be brought to rot whatever's happened, and whether or not the raiding party wins, if he's taken, that doesn't exclude the possibility of you being his end, right? Like, that doesn't exclude that. But the thing is, and I understand the idea that you want to stop him from hurting others, or there's a possibility that he's doing it now. The other facilities are also doing that, though. They're not going to send a massive warband to stop one facility. They're going to do a massive warband to stop the major facility. But while the major facility is being raided, other people in these other smaller ones might still also be being taken advantage of, killed, experimented on, whatever. The possibility of seeing him, if they win, this is all big what ifs. If they win, the possibility of seeing him is improved. If they fail, then you're still going to have to confront him. But either situation, why not help the people that are in this facility that we're able to go to now?
So your plan is to go do what Hawthorne told you to do and sit by and hope that there's something left for us to do at Entity Point.
I don't
My
know if
plan
there's
was to bring
anything
you
that we have to
along
do.
instead of leaving you behind, for one.
Okay, but not to Entity Point.
No, but you're not
You're
stuck
not
at the facility
going.
doing nothing. Would you rather be back there doing nothing because you got locked up?
Nobody would be there
Do
to
you
lock me up. Nobody's there.
Do you really think Hawthorne would let you off base without, like... He knows that you're going to do something stupid. At least this gets you off base. The whole reason he wasn't sending you on a mission was because you were going to do something stupid.
He wasn't going to send me because he didn't want to risk other bodies getting in the way. If I went by myself, then I was only risking myself. I was not going to make Oscar go with me. I just wanted myself, and that way I was only liable for myself, not for an entire fucking team. That's what
The
he was worried about.
consequences of them collecting how many vials from you when you got yourself captured. Always a possibility, regardless, with what we've been doing. But odds are stacked a little bit against you when it's 50 guards against one person. Two, assuming Oscar would be at your back.
Less likely to be seen though too than an army.
Your decision's yours. I
Well, you kind of
I
brought
did-
me to the fucking middle
I-
of nowhere.
didn't have the intention to do that.
Walk-
But the thing
walk-
is that this way your options are lessened. You can go all the way back, or you can continue with us to do this. I would prefer that you go with us because you're right. Hope that there's something left to do. I don't hope that there's something left to do there because then we've won and we can be done. Yes, your uncle is there, and yes, they're likely to take him prisoner. But then it's a good thing. You don't have to be the one to take him in, because you were just going to kill him anyways. That's the whole purpose that you keep wanting to go back there, is just to kill him. You can kill him at any point if he's within their boundaries. I don't understand this mentality of, I'm just going to go by myself. Fuck, I tried that. I lost my goddamn mind. That's why I came here, because I needed to find something. Like Kimberly said, I just don't want to lose somebody else as well. But I also am not going to take away your options other than lay it out flat. You either go with us or you leave. I
Either
don't see the
way,
point of
your
going
to-go
by
bags,
yourself.
your to-go bags in the bus. I saw it under your bed, and there's snacks, including this. She's gonna toss it whether she catches it or not.
He'll catch
and
it.
Walk
Oh, try and catch it.
back towards the side doors of the bus.
The thing is, and it's my last point because I don't really have much else to say. You're saying you're only realistically risking yourself, but we all know that's not true. What can they extract from you that would put everyone else's lives at risk? Put next facilities into construction? What can they take from you that is going to then risk every single other person? Could risk your father, could risk me, could risk Kimberly, could risk the entire faction. I don't know what they have. I'm afraid to know what they have. But it's oddly more selfish to do a self-sacrifice without knowing the risk than just waiting. And I'm going to go into the bus.
Did Concrete go in the bus or is he still standing there awkwardly?
He went in the bus.
Yeah, Concrete was like, fuck this.
This seems like a conversation that I should not be.
Him and Oscar are sharing a brownie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ariel's
Also
gonna stay
back to the
outside
bus.
for a bit. Kind of like standing there, not really doing much of anything. She would like to test her connection to Chaos to see if, like, he's around or whatever.
All right. Make a spirit roll.
Great, that's 5.
This is not your power, by the way. So, if you
What?
wanted to use tokens, you can.
Yeah, I'll use the token. Okay, well, because it's 6. No, I'll to do 2 tokens. Yeah, we'll use 2 tokens.
Okay. So you sit there, you focus, searching for this feeling. The chaos is there. It's watching you right now. And it feels like he's trying to say something, but you can't quite hear him.
Can you make a sign and show me? Act it out?
You feel as if he's pushing just a little bit against something trying to stop him, but you hear one word, or no, 2 words that are definitely sound like one. You simply hear storm cloud.
Are there storm clouds in the sky?
No, it's a pretty sunny day.
That's not helpful at all. Right. Well, I mean, she'll kind of wake up or come to, whatever. Look out at whatever field they're parked by. Kind of sigh, stand up, open up the oatmeal cookie sandwich, and walk back into the bus.
And that's how I won the War of 83. That's Oscar. As concrete. Oscar, you weren't. I think you were a child in 83. And there was no war. At all. That's not how I remember it.
I don't really think you can
Oh,
remember
hey,
anything.
sweetie, how are you doing?
And better.
That's good.
But been
That's
worse.
good.
She's gonna go find a chair and sit in it and eat her cookie sandwich quietly.
There's all the chairs are like those fun, funky, like mounted ones that like swivel, like a little stool.
Like a bar stool, like on a swivel.
More like a college like built-in desk kind of swivel chair.
That's terrible while the bus is moving.
Well, there's no room for bench seats. I
Yeah,
filled with
really
other
isn't.
stuff.
We fill it with a box.
The stools can
box of
fold away when
no.
we don't need
Okay, well, Concrete, I think now would be a good time to continue going.
Or
We're
elaborate
Try not
on-
to press the try not to press the issue, but have a smile.
We were about a day out. We're heading towards the Cauldron, which is where this Dr. Jones is the head of. We're going to see what we can find there. It's supposed to hold the most powerful specials. I'll let you know when we're there. And he'll go up and get ready to start driving. Unless there's something else to discuss for the moment, we're going to shift to the next day.
Do
Thursday
you not
now.
intend to press the
Thursday.
question?
November 12th. It's in the evening when we start.
You little
Around the
shifters
time
with
you
my
reach
dice.
the cauldron.
I'm muted.
Allow me to paint a picture. Nam Sinam. You find
Can I-
yourself in a white space. Vast. And mostly empty. There's a desk. With a chair and an empty typewriter. Sitting on the desk is a man of probably around in his 30s. A thick black beard, somewhat messy but still well kempt hair, piercing dark blue eyes. He's wearing a black vest, black tie, and a dull blue dress shirt with the sleeves rolled up. His arms are crossed and he's leaning on the desk, looking at you. Sitting on the desk next to him is this very high-tech looking black helmet. His arms are crossed and he's looking at you. Who the hell are you?
I think that I... Am I able to talk?
Yeah.
I think that's a question that I have as well.
You're not supposed to be here. This isn't a place for someone like you.
Now, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I'm getting an unbelievable
all
sense of
going
deja
crazy.
vu. Oh, I was asking you. Am I having deja vu? Has this happened before? Have I been maybe not in a white void, but I feel like somebody sitting across from me saying that I'm not supposed to be there has happened before.
Probably. You're not supposed to be a lot of places, Nick.
I guess that's true. Well, I would leave if I knew how to leave. I don't know how or
I asked you a question.
why I'm here. What was the question? I'm
Who
sorry.
are you?
I believe Nam. Sinam.
Nam. Nam. Jones mentioned you. You are one of the ones who briefly entered someone's mind in the cauldron, right? Answered a few questions from the good doctor.
That's what I was remembering. Is that whole thing?
Yeah.
I did, yeah. It was
And somehow that means you can come here. Or maybe you were dragged. Hard to tell. Things happen in this place that don't make sense.
like what?
You watch as he pulls out a piece of paper, puts it into the typewriter, and types something into it. Types the word knife, and a knife forms on the desk. Then he picks it up, looks at it. Stuff like that. Maybe a little more. There are other things that roam within this space. They're not as nice as me. Well, he just starts picking at his teeth with the knife.
How you dull your teeth?
I don't
Eh,
care. Who else is there, Nam? As he taps his head with the knife. It's not just one of you, is it?
No.
And he sets the knife down.
But I don't think that that's something that you need to know.
I need to know a lot of things, Nam.
And yet I feel like this is something that you don't. You're asking to beat around
And
the
who
bush.
are you to decide what I get to know?
Well, fortunately, when you're kind of stuck with a lot of personalities, tend to catch on to a few things, and I feel like you're asking around a specific question. You want something, but you're trying to earn foi pas, however it's pronounced, favor, by getting more familiar. But you're trying to find out something else. Has little to do with me.
I'm trying to find out why you're here. Very few people can come here. Especially not on accident. Maybe you were dragged here. Something wants you to be here. But it's not me, and I don't like it. You see, I always get what I want, Nam. Whether I have to rip it out of the hands of those I took it from, or whether it's given to me on a silver platter, I always get it.
Well, I think there's someone that would beg to differ.
And who would that be?
One of many. I have no idea the possibilities of this room. Can I think of. Is it something where, can I think of something and it comes to be?
What are you trying to do?
I have no idea what capabilities are in this room. So my thought process is it would be interesting to attempt to bring the interrogation room here.
Okay. Roll cognition.
Cognition. Let's see here. Okay, my cognition is as Nam is pretty good. Oh, that's a dookie roll though. I will spend one token to make it a 7.
Okay. The table in the interrogation room forms at your feet. Forms in front of you.
Is it like a miniature one, or is it like
It's
the actual
it's the
table?
same table. It just forms in front
Okay.
of you. And the man notices. You shouldn't be able to do that. This isn't for you. I was made for this.
Maybe I was too then.
This is what I was born for. This place.
Well, that I won't know. But
You're just some freak accident.
nevertheless, like all could be true. But what it does mean is that odds are you're not going to get what you want here. And I guess I'm living proof of that.
You don't even know where here is. You don't even know who I am.
I don't think it really matters.
Far more into this story than you. When this chapter comes to an end, they're not gonna remember Nams. They're gonna remember me. Mason Kane. I think it's time for you to go. And he picks up the helmet, puts it on. It tightens around his head and he waves his hand. And you wake. Back in the bus. For the rest of you, Nam seemed very distressed and was very aggressively sweating. As he awakes.
And can you spell Mason's last name?
Kane.
Okay. Thank you.
Concrete. We're almost there. Everything alright back there?
Does a Mason Kane ring any bells to anyone?
Kane?
Have we heard that name before?
Possible.
I don't remember. I know I have heard it. but
Kimberly
I can't
probably
remember.
has.
I'm just gonna say I don't
Files and
remember.
whatnot.
Yeah. As effectively Malcolm Kane from Kane Labs was one of the biggest inspirations for Ecolife before it became a governmental entity. Also, from Entity Point. That's where he died.
What was his first name? Sorry.
Mason.
Mason.
And the scientist who died was Malcolm. Malcolm Kane.
What I know relation.
There is he had no children. He had brothers, but they died or disappeared. As far as anyone knows, he was the only one left. Though you can tell Concrete Record at least notices the Kane part of that name.
I don't know how, why, or what it is, but I kind of fell into like a trance. And suddenly I was standing at a table with a typewriter on it in a white void. And this man was asking me questions about how I'm there, who I was, how I got there, but he said he was writing a story, or at the very least that people would remember him at the end of the story. I think I mean, I think is always the biggest issue there. But I don't know why, but I'm feeling somehow more confident, which is a scary thought. But he kept saying that he always gets what he wants. And the more and more that I challenged that, he started to unravel. And that's how I found out his name is Mason Kane. Which I don't have any real knowledge of, but
Would there have been a description in the files
Of Malcolm?
of um what was it? Yes, Malcolm was
Um,
the one that's known about.
he was an old man when he died. But
Okay.
that definitely, if I'm assuming Nam
I'd give
gave
a description, yeah.
that definitely would sound like the younger version of him. Even down to the eyes.
Oh, family relation of some kind.
I don't. He's gonna probably be a problem, I would imagine. But
Who isn't a problem for us?
yeah, I don't know where he's at. But he knew. If you remember, I had that when I woke up from the mashed potatoes. There was that person that was asking me questions in the other area before,
Yeah.
and it was like a. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was like a woman with like a clipboard.
No. You never
Okay.
saw anyone, you only heard a voice.
Right.
And it was Dr. Jones.
Yes. I'm losing my mind, I guess.
Yes. Just like Nam.
Yes.
We're method acting.
Yeah, clearly. He's when I gave him my name. I gave him my name, and he said that David had spoken to him, or Dr. Jones had spoken to him, and so it probably has something to do with it's either Entity Point or the Cauldron. But my bet is that the conversation that I had was from someone in the Cauldron.
So
Well,
what's the link between those names? Just gonna look at concrete.
I was there when Malcolm Kane died.
Malcolm.
So hearing that there's another one going around, it's not fun. I'm not sure if that's his son or not. I didn't know of him having any children.
I definitely wouldn't say he's going around. Just kind of sitting in a white void.
Any Kane is a bad Kane. We're here. And something is very wrong. As you're pulling up to this massive building, half of the walls have crumbled down. Destroyed or otherwise. There doesn't seem to be anyone outside. Not a single guard, no one. Seems abandoned. Except for one person standing outside. Aaron.
Mystery void.
Aaron,
Maybe he ran away. Oh.
please describe who is standing there.
Wonderful. Probably facing toward the building. Most likely. You see a man standing there. Not particularly tall, but maybe around like 5'11". In this kind of jumpsuit, this prison jumpsuit, facing toward the building, and as you're looking at him, he kind of flickers into like black and white. But he's obviously he doesn't notice you. He's just facing toward the building.
Is this what you all were expecting to come to?
No.
Okay.
They wouldn't have sent us to a barren place like that.
When we left, there were people here.
Well, there's a person here now.
Hmm.
Maybe you should go ask them what happened.
Buses normally have intercoms.
No.
Not this kind.
God, it's been like eons
Charter
since I've been on a
ones.
school bus. I don't
I
flipping
think
know.
charter buses sometimes do, but I don't.
Yeah, you're right. Ariel,
this
you're
one
pretty
would
good
be.
at talking to people, right?
Patrick?
I was told that I'm not supposed to.
I
Talk
could have
to
just
people.
turned my light off.
You could have.
And-
You chose the hard way.
You just want it to be pitch black.
I was told that I'm not supposed to talk to people,
Well, I'm terrible.
but I can if you want me to.
No, based on that, probably not. And I'm terrible at talking to people.
Nam's really good at talking to people.
Mhm. I can. I guess.
I'll go with you. I'm not just gonna leave you out there alone.
Should we all go? Strength in numbers kind of thing.
I mean, it makes the most sense, right?
Kimberly is like gathering up weapons from her stuff.
Well, it seems like we're already prepared, so might as well.
And that's what we're supposed to do anyway, right? I don't know. I wasn't actually informed on what I was supposed to be doing, so.
So, you all leave the bus. Aaron,
Yes.
you can sense their approach.
Pulled up on a fucking school bus. I would imagine he heard it.
Yeah, whether he
You
was
see
listening
this
or
man quickly turn around, put his hands out, and these like this kind of erratic black and white energy form in his hands, pointed at you guys.
We come in
But you know,
peace.
hold back for a second here. What the hell happened here?
Are you with them?
Depends on who them is.
We're
He
not
points back to the
UEG.
prison.
We're Cloud.
Yeah, fuck the UEG.
I don't know what that is.
The
Either of
opposite of the
those.
UEG.
UEG is who runs this building. Did.
And you're not them?
No.
Good.
Who are you?
Negative.
Negative as in that's who you are, or that you're not going to give us your name?
That's what I'm called.
What happened here, Negative?
We got broken out.
By
or
who?
At least Mason Kane.
And Concrete turns to Nam.
I think we all turned to Nam.
He like leans down. That means Europe.
He helped us escape.
Have you known Mason Kane for a while?
I only met him in the past hour. I'm assuming it's been that long since.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. I haven't known him long. I only just woke up.
Do you know where he came from?
Not sure. I don't care. He helped me out. But this
Was there
place is
anyone
still
else?
standing.
Do you know where he went?
He went
No.
home. He was taken by a friend of his, I think.
Friend have a name?
Did I hear it?
Probably.
Okay. Archibald, I think.
Monroe?
Probably.
Shit.
I don't know anyone else.
Well,
Are you here to burn this
Actually, that
place
might-
to the ground
that
too?
might be a good thing.
Well, we were here to
Ariel,
break
Ariel.
everyone out.
Yeah.
Is Ariel raising her hand?
Yes, Ariel is raising her hand.
In a agreement sort of way.
You
No, as in a
go ahead. I
Oh,
guess.
question. Okay.
yeah, no, so we did what we needed to here. It's destroyed, people are free. Huzzah. Can we go to Entity Point now?
We're getting there, Ariel.
God.
Entity point.
Do you know where anything about that?
I know that's where Kane came from, and that's it.
Is that where you
Kane
want
said
to
he
go?
came from Entity Point.
Yes. They've kept me trapped in there for a long time, at least a while. And I don't plan on leaving until every single one of them is dead.
Can I discern intentions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. Yes, you can.
Why, yes, you can. What a good question.
11.
Aaron,
What exactly are you trying to discern?
his
If
intentions.
he's full of shit.
Huh?
Just general vibes. If I'm getting like a creep factor off of him or not, or
They're
if
definitely
you're
getting a
clearly
creep
getting
factor,
creep factor,
but
but that's not because of that's not because of your role. That's just because you're smart. Well, he very clearly does not like the people who put him in that prison, and he does plan on taking them all out. At least everyone inside this prison.
Um,
On a scale of
Aaron,
Nam
Aaron,
to
by this point,
Yes?
you've already done that.
Oh, okay. Then he
Yeah,
plans
you're
on burning,
outside and the
taking
place is
down the
in
rest
rubble.
of the building.
on a scale of Nam to Ariel, how far does he break the scale past Ariel?
Manic.
Who are you asking?
Or how we're the scale.
Who are you asking?
You.
Me?
What does this scale mean?
What is this question?
Angry,
How much does he
violent,
want to
vengeful.
kill?
Con.
Negative.
Is it like a similar look in his eye to
Yes.
when? Okay.
Is there anyone
No.
else that was in there?
Any other prison? Oh,
Yeah,
That
any
wasn't me.
other-
any
I
other
just fixed it
prisoners?
now. No, that was me.
Or them?
I guess both. It's a big facility. Were you
There are
the
a
only
few other
person
prisoners.
left
I'm
there?
not really sure how many. I didn't count. And
Did
you don't
they
have to
leave
worry
for-
about them. The Brea prisoners? Yes.
Okay.
You sure you're not with them? What did you call them? The UEG?
That's what they're called.
Most of us are also came from a facility of theirs.
Apparently, when I got put in there, they didn't exist.
Oh,
You're
Like our other friend. Just
Hmm.
kind of just glancing at
Persephone.
the rest of her group. Yeah.
yeah.
You have another one who was in there for 30 years?
They like to hold
No.
on to people a while.
I was in there for almost 20 years. How old am I?
2.
Ariel's gonna go over here and have an
You're only 2
existential
years
crisis
old?
real quick.
Young.
Well, I'm confused on why someone from Entity Point would want you set free, considering they're part of the UEG.
Who?
Mason Kane.
He's no.
It doesn't
he's no
sound like he's a
UEG.
part of the
He was a
UEG.
prisoner too.
Oh, I thought you said that he was from Entity Point.
He is. At least that's what he said. He helped me out. He helped all of us out. I don't know
We were on our way here to have a not so friendly discussion with a Gabriel Jones
how. Oh, as far as I'm aware, he's long gone now.
into the afterlife or on the
Hopefully.
run.
He vanished.
Why? What is your thing?
What do you mean?
What do you do?
I can do lots of things.
Fantastic. Would you care to elaborate?
Do you mean my connection? My spirit?
What's your power?
I don't know what the fuck that means, but yes. Well, I do know, but
I don't know exactly what to call it, but I can do multiple things with it. You saw me charging up the energy when you got here. That's what won.
what does that do?
Depends on what I want it to do. For example, if you were the UAG, you would be dead.
May I confer with my colleagues?
I don't care.
Concrete turns around. So this
Oh, we're
might
colleagues
be a bad idea.
I like bad ideas.
Just putting it out there. What if we take him with us?
Isn't that what we were supposed to do anyway?
Well, we were here to uncover what we can about the Cauldron, but clearly that's not possible.
Well, they
And
looks
he
very
wants to
uncovered
kill
to me.
all the UEG. So, I think
With
this
what
would be
collateral?
beneficial.
Kind of like gestures at the building.
What?
And with what collateral? And she kind of like gestures over her shoulder at the building.
Yeah.
I mean, we do need to tell him which side is which, because since apparently he doesn't know what UEG is, he doesn't know what uniforms versus what cloud uniforms look like.
And we don't want
Would-
him killing Cloud Age.
Would I
Preferably.
have any knowledge of any of the people in this facility leak documents that
No.
Cloud might have gotten their hands on?
This is probably the facility that would be the hardest to get anything out of.
I think that if we educate him to tell the difference and point that energy, then it's better than letting him run wild with that energy.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
It's the same
Is-
look in his eyes Khan did when he showed up.
He seems more in control of his actions than Khan did.
He could talk. Khan couldn't.
Or Khan chose not to. Whatever. Saying this is a very
Awesome.
powerful ally, and I'm not sure if we should skip this opportunity.
Oscar, Nam, your thoughts?
I like him. Honestly, I just kind of want to watch him pop a few UEG skulls, but you know,
I mean, it would only do more harm to not, like Kimberly said, not direct him. It would make the most sense to bring him along,
and if we really have to, we could keep him in the dark room.
that's my next question, is that, I mean, with what's going on with his body, I wonder what that would do to him. I don't want to test that, though.
That is true. That's true.
I don't want to, in case it hurts him.
Or
I
You
don't
do
know.
see it does occasionally flicker off and on.
Yeah, or maybe he'll just disappear. Like, I don't know.
Negative starts walking back to the rubble.
Concrete
I'll just
pointed at Negative and said, "We're not done with you yet."
Well, until you need me, I'm making sure there's no one left. He starts heading into the not collapsed part of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well, if you're not careful, that might be a collapsed part of the building.
I don't want to be there when it does.
So,
So, go ahead.
no. What are we thinking? This a good idea?
Does like what's happening to him? Does that seem at all familiar? Anything that I've read or anything that I saw in the labs
No.
while poking around? Okay.
Very unfamiliar.
I think the consensus is that we bring him. I'm more curious on Mason Kane.
I don't think we're getting much more information about Mason from
No, I
from
just
him.
need to find. I'm trying to figure out if he's an ally or an enemy.
Well, it didn't sound friendly.
No, but
Make
he
it-
freed people within the facility.
Negative also said that he just woke up.
Hmm.
Sounds a little familiar.
Maybe he wasn't himself. Maybe
think
someone
Nam
was
could control-
controlling him or something.
Do you think Nam was controlling his body?
No. I think Nam, I think you would know that. Or maybe not. Maybe that's where you went whenever Dr. Jones was talking to you. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Well, if we're going to Entity Point, then we're bound to meet this Kane.
Well, I mean, the possibility's there, but I don't know if he's physically here or if he's in that void. I don't know if it's just his mentality or if it's his body.
Do you think this is a continuation of the same powers, or are your powers somehow evolving? Like, does it? You said it feels different. Like it's not the same as it was.
I think that might just be having to deal with Manic more and more is doing that, but I think that it's less that my power is evolving and more so that maybe it's interfering. It's coming into the cross section between other powers. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I was pulled into that discussion with the doctor before.
Yes.
But this one was random. Like, I just appeared there and Mason didn't understand why or how I was there. He also said that there was much worse things there than him, which makes me think that it's in of itself a crossroad. But it's different than the row of doors that Vortex showed me. I don't know.
Is that something that one of your others knows?
I'm not sure. I would have to ask.
Have you talked to Mac about any of this? The new
Well, I'm sure he's
experience?
witnessed most of it, but I haven't really talked to him. Is he there?
Oh, he's always there.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I imagine that he saw it.
From what I remember, he was freaked out about Khan getting out.
Yes.
Would this be something that would freak him out too?
I'll go ask. Is I'll dive into the interrogation room.
Okay.
And I'll try to pull Manic into it.
Yeah, you focus, open your eyes, you're at the interrogation room. Manic is already there. But he seems to be looking at typically how it is whenever one of the minds is controlling the body and another one's in the interrogation room. They're viewing what they're experiencing through like an old camera projected on the wall. He seems to be replaying the footage in a way from the white space. And he doesn't look happy.
What are your thoughts?
couldn't see that. While you were there, it wouldn't let me in. The door was locked. It's like I wasn't allowed to see it.
So the same when I would go through my door into the long hallway of doors.
Mm-hmm. Similar. This was different. Felt different. It felt like someone didn't want me to see it.
I wonder if Vortex would know. They're going to be heading to Entity Point, and I'm going to be asking Vortex some questions. So in the meantime, you're in control.
All right.
And I will go through my door.
Okay. Back in the real world. Nam is not there anymore. You can tell.
Did you turn on the
Very
light?
attuned.
I have a
He always does.
ring light,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
I have
nice.
it normal for Nam, and then I
You
got
have the
red for
manual
Manic.
one. Yeah. I did not know this. I
You
never
would know
noticed,
that if you
apparently.
watched our show.
I've watched
Jesus.
every
Yeah.
single one.
You
I put it
haven't
on like
noticed?
every single time.
Anyway,
And there was like twice that I forget. Oh.
You missed a bit.
Oh, did I?
Is that to negative?
no.
No, that was
No.
Concrete was
Never
saying
mind.
that to Manic.
I saw most of that, but I was going back a bit, seeing what he saw, because I didn't get to see that.
What do you mean?
I just didn't get to see it. Something stopped me. The door was locked. No windows. No key. No peeking under the door. Nothing. Someone didn't want me in there. And I couldn't understand why. But this was different. It's almost intentional. Which does make me think that Nam is getting pulled into these situations. He did before with the doctor. This time I think he's doing it. Someone's pulling on the knot, as it were.
You think that's a power or whatever we're connected to?
I think so. Someone else is definitely doing this, and it's not me. It's not me. It's not Ghoul. It's not anybody else. I doubt that it's Khan.
What is he capable of beyond cold-blooded murder?
Well, a lot of things. That's why he's kept the furthest back. But this discussion's not about Khan. Mr. Negative. Interesting. I'm excited to see what he can do. But someone that doesn't like Mason Kane put Nam, only Nam, into that room. Or I guess that void.
To piss him off so he came here instead? Or do you think it's because he planned to come here?
Didn't the vision happen like shortly before we arrived?
Yes.
So this already happened well before the
Unless time is being funky.
I would never.
You
Go fuck
wouldn't.
yourself.
Nor would
Anyway.
I don't know what you're talking. I would never do something to time. You silly goose.
I think I've asked
dare
this
you.
question before, but we wouldn't know anything really about multiple
You
universes.
know they're a thing.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. He's gonna go and talk to what's his name? Fuckface. The guy I stabbed.
Which did Nam mention the knife when he was recounting what happened?
In
Probably. He would have gone through the whole details.
Funny you mentioned that when he Mason Kane had a knife and whatever happened.
I don't think that's really relevant. I think it's more so that was just a happenstance. A coincidence. Did the knife look familiar to me, or was it just your standard branded knife?
Just pretty much just like a standard kitchen knife.
I think it was just the easiest thing to type. But he was very upset with Nam being able to encroach into that space. Because while he made the knife, Nam also made a desk. And
But you said stab vortex, but was that the same knife that Nam saw in that vision back all the way in the courtyard? Or whatever
I
it
couldn't
was.
imagine that it was. Was it?
No.
No. No, it was completely different. The one that I used had like kind of like a coil to the blade. This one was something you'd see anywhere.
And what was the one in the vision like?
The one you would see anywhere.
So
You're
whatever
talking about
vision
the one that Mason made inside the room?
So essentially what I'm trying to get to the bottom of was the knife that he stabbed Vortex with, was that the knife from that vision way back when? Or does that knife from way back when look more like what Mason Kane had?
I think the one from the vision would look more like the one that he stabbed Vortex with.
Okay.
The one way back one.
Okay.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So, like one of your first visions was
Oh, it was the person sitting in like in the hallway, right?
Yeah.
Bleeding out, and I was holding
Yeah.
onto a bloody knife. Right. Right.
I'm like, what is Patrick up to? Is he bringing us all the way back to that?
God, that'd be freaking ridiculous. No way, Dr.
I
Evil.
would never.
Sitting there taunting us with
What kind of
Getting his
Phoenix
teeth
Wright
out.
level BS is this? No, I think that it was just a coincidence for the most part. But one way or another, I mean, Mason's probably a bit pissed. We might be able to get some answers. He might be seeking me out. Well, me as in Nam. So we may run into him when we go to NT Point.
Is Nam safe with Vortex wherever he is?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he's asking him loads of questions, probably about the Void Room to begin with. Just because, well, I mean, I couldn't see where Vortex was taking him before, and this is similar but different. I don't know why, but it just feels different. Probably because Nam's doing it willingly instead of being forcefully put somewhere else. Nevertheless, we should make our way over. We're grabbing our void friend.
No, we are for sure grabbing him.
Concrete is going to go to where Negative is.
Negative is inside the second half of the building.
Yeah, he's going to lean her, Negative.
He quickly turns back.
Do you want to kill more of these
Sleep on
guys?
me. Always. I will always.
We're going
punish
to
those
Entity
who hurt
Point.
me.
Would you like to come with us?
Why would you trust me?
We don't, but we trust that you're gonna kill the right people.
Good. I plan on it.
That's a hell of a
I
negotiation.
don't like being imprisoned. He'll follow Concrete.
And Concrete will leave the building with Negative in tow.
When they get close to the bus or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Ariel would step up to Negative and be like, just don't kill the main dude. He's not really the main dude of the UEG, but don't. His name's Gordon. Don't touch him. He's mine.
I don't know who that is.
Do we have a
point him
picture
out
of
to
him?
you.
I don't know who really any of you are, really.
That's fine. Don't fucking touch him though. He's mine.
The name's Manic, and I'll reach my hand out to
He
shake
kind of
yours.
looked over at you, is like, "You're not who came up here."
I'm not. Don't worry about it.
He kind of leans toward Manic. Did I use my power on you?
No.
Are you sure? You're acting like it.
100%. I'm very confident about it.
I didn't use his power on him without realizing, did I?
No. God, no.
He's just like that.
It's who I am.
Interesting.
Now, are you going to shake my hand or no? Am I going to be sadly holding
he
it
kind
out?
of shakes your hand awkwardly.
What does it feel like?
It doesn't feel any different.
It's a hand.
It is a hand, yes.
Even if it's all glitchy or whatever.
Yeah. What
Do
is
you
it?
miss when you go to the bathroom?
What are you talking about?
I think that this will be a good friendship.
So we're gonna
Kept me
shift over
locked
to
It
Nam.
kept me locked in the cage for 30 years.
We're gonna shift over to Nam, who went into the hallway.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like here.
Turn off your light, turn off your light.
Definitely don't have a mode. There we go. Well, I guess I don't really have a way of calling for Vortex. Vortex?
He appears next to you. It's okay. I know when
Oh.
you say my name.
Oh, well.
Hi.
perfect.
I'm still a little awkward. Sorry, I'm not used to people being allowed in here.
You're now the second person. Well, you're the first, but there's now a second person who said that.
What?
Yeah, that's why I
In
wanted
here?
to speak to you. Not in here, but there's...
Good. I would know if there's someone else in here.
Right. Do you know of anything about, like, a white void?
A white void?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Never went into, like, a room, and it was just a white void instead of, like, an actual room?
I don't go into many rooms. No.
Okay. Well, then, Would you mind if we check 2 specific rooms?
Okay.
One is Daniel Lane.
Daniel Lane?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. From which universe?
This one.
I'm pretty sure there isn't a Daniel Lane that connected to the Nexus.
Unless his first name is Doctor.
Pretty sure.
Okay. What about Mason Kane?
Kind of pauses. Mason Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you hear that?
I met him.
You met him?
Remember the second person that I talked about?
Uh-huh. Is he in this white
Well,
void?
Mm-hmm. He's sitting there at a desk with a typewriter, like an old-timey typewriter as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess similarly to what I can do in the interrogation room with manifesting things, he also could. But when I was in a trance and suddenly I was there, don't know why, didn't intend to, but he was very agitated and concerned that I was there.
Hmm.
He said that Dr. Lane, that's
Jones.
who it was, right?
Jones.
Or Dr. Jones. Who the hell's Daniel Lane? Why is that in my notes?
Constance mentioned him.
Yeah. All right, well. I'm glad that I can delete those from my notes then. He said that Dr. Jones spoke of me because of a different situation where Dr. Jones, I got pulled into an exam room almost and just posed a bunch of
This
questions.
is the second time you've been pulled places.
Yeah. Where at least I was conscious.
Hmm.
A lot of times my premonitions tend to just be get out of body witnessing, but I was there.
Hmm.
But Mason Kane spoke to me a little bit. He wanted to learn about the different me's in my head, but I don't know why. I felt like I didn't want to talk to him anymore. It was very probing almost, but he expressly stated that I shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
No one's allowed to be there. And then when I fabricated my interrogation room desk there, he said again, no one's supposed to be able to do that but me. People are going to remember Mason Kane. They're not going to remember Nam.
Okay. I've met a Mason Kane before.
I'll describe
Bad.
him.
So you describing. Well, that sounds really close to him, except for his eyes were a different color and he didn't have a beard. Maybe
Well, I
this
mean,
is
you
a
were just
different
talking about multiple
Mason.
different universe.
Yeah. I didn't have a good experience with the last one. They basically broke into someone's mind looking for answers.
Well, I didn't really get a good vibe from this one either.
Hmm.
From the sound of it, though, he also broke out a number of people from the Cauldron. So that's our world problems. It's probably
Your world
it's nothing
problems,
that
not mine.
yeah.
I will look into this, see what I can find out.
Okay.
I'll let you know. I'll
Okay.
let you know. He starts looking around. I have to go.
And I will saunter back through my door. And I'll just wait.
And you'll be waiting a minute, as that will be where we end.
Ah! Waiting a
This
long
segment-
minute. A whole
That's a
minute.
short-
Point the subjects.
Well, I mean, it broke like 3 times.
did break.
Doesn't help
That's
the timing.
Anyway,
Break like
thank you for watching, and we'll try and
everyone to
put
know.
this together in a satisfying
I'll
manner.
try and put this together in
Bye.
a satisfying manner.
Sorry. No. Let's go. Thanks for watching.